Hello, welcome to Character Corner. This is the second episode. And today, the character I want to talk about comes from this book right here. It's called Wren and the Bounty Hunters. And you may notice from the name of the author that I wrote this book. It's a novella, and it was re-released about 3 or 4 months ago. Now, the character I want to talk about in here is a Kiroc by the name of Dinruk. So you're probably asking, well, what is a Kiroc? Well, a Kiroc is a race that began thousands of years ago in the world of Lemuria, the land of Lemuria, which is where my books take place. And they're a cross between demons and humans. Now, when the demons were banished from the world, humans forced the Kirocs into caves underneath the mountains and kept them away from the regular human population. So the Kirocs were forced to interbreed. They also bred with animals and anything they could get a hold of. And so as a result, thousands of years later, you have these big, massive, mindless creatures for the most part. Sometimes you'll come across one with intelligence, and even occasionally one that has magical abilities. But for the most part, they're warring, fighting brutes, and they've become the pawns of evil magic users. And so they usually do their bidding, carrying things and fighting. Well, Dinruk is with this group of bounty hunters that are trying to capture Wren. They're trying to capture Wren because the Grand Warlock has placed a massive bounty on the head of Wren because Wren is a child of prophecy. And so Wren is in hiding with his mentor, who is a mage by the name of Arshio. Now, this particular group of bounty hunters has a Kiroc with him named Dinruk. Not because he's a great fighter, but because he is massive. He's this big 7-foot tall Kiroc that's got a face that looks like a cross between a boar and a bull. He's got tusks that come out of his snout. He's got horns on his head. He's got a ring from his nose. He's 7 feet tall and got massive arms and thick green skin. But rather than carrying a sword, you'll find him most often bending over a kettle, stirring a stew, wearing his favorite apron, which happens to have yellow flowers on it. So he's kind of an oddity and irritates the leader of the bounty hunters quite a bit. The leader of this bounty hunter group that the novella is about is a necromancer by the name of Raynon. And they have succeeded in locating Wren and the mage. And they've succeeded in subduing them because they have a poisoner with them by the name of Seven, who is poisoning these Wren and the mage to keep them unconscious. However, Wren keeps burning the poison off and waking up. So this particular, I want to read a section from it that kind of shows you the character of Dinruk and how he interplays with Raynon. In addition to the poisoner, whose name is Seven, there's a tracker by the name of Fitch, but his face is all scarred up and burned, and so the necromancer refers to him as Stitch as an insult. There's also a fighter named Zayden, and there's an archer named Tevin. So we'll go ahead and pick up the reading from that point. Raynon shook his head and stood to address his ragged crew. "We need to guard the prisoners," he said. "The boy keeps waking up." "But there's nobody around for miles," Fitch reiterated. "I've explored 2 leagues in every direction." "Then you won't mind taking first watch," Raynon snapped. "Will you, Stitch?" "Dinruk watch first," the Kiroc announced. "Fitch needs sleep." "I didn't ask you," Raynon shouted. "Stitch should have considered that before he questioned my command." The men fell silent as Raynon challenged each of them with his glare. Then he started for his tent. "Seven, re-administer your poison every 4 hours. We can't let that boy wake up." Dinruk grumbled something too soft for Raynon to make out the words, then looked down at the ground and kicked a rock. "Do you have something to say?" Raynon turned and asked with a smile. The Kiroc looked up, and, seeing the pleasant expression on Raynon's face, took courage and suggested helpfully, "Treat boy and old man better. Don't have to hurt them." Raynon kept smiling as he approached the massive creature. He stopped in front of him, looked up, and gave him a thoughtful grin. Dinruk relaxed a little. Then Raynon grabbed the Kiroc's nose ring and yanked his head down. "Have you not heard anything I've said?" he shouted. Dinruk winced and tried to retreat. However, with the nose ring firmly in Raynon's grip, he easily held the Kiroc in place. Raynon glared into Dinruk's copper-colored eyes a moment longer, then twisted the nose ring and shoved the beast back. It would be reprehensible to split any of the reward money with Dinruk, he thought. That stupid Kiroc would probably waste the gold on shiny pots and a new apron. Raynon added the Kiroc to his mental list of who he should dispose of once this job was done. Fitch has first watch. Trevin, you take second, and Zayden, you have the last, Raynon said as he tossed a handful of pistachios into his mouth and started toward his tent once again. Dinruk, I don't want you anywhere near the prisoners. Now, if you'd like to read this book, I'm going to try and post a link with this video where you can get a copy for free. Some of you may have already read it, and that's fine. If you'd like a free ebook copy of it, go ahead and click on the link. If the link is not there, you can just go to perrymorris.net/free. That's perrymorris.net/free. And you can just sign up to my subscription list, and I won't spam you at all. I never do. I only will send out emails if I'm giving something away or giving you an update on a release of a book. So you can get this book for free. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy Ren and the Bounty Hunters.